everyone, it's Mac. Welcome back to The Careful Poet. I hope you're all doing well. If you have never been here for a video before, welcome. If you have, welcome back. Thanks for clicking on this. So, as you can read in the title, I'm holding this pen because I was writing down ideas for things I want to talk about during this. So that's why the pen. I usually have a pen during these things, I guess. So, as you can probably tell from the title, I'm doing this video because I'm officially, as of the day I'm filming this, not the day you're seeing it, but the day I'm filming it, I'm officially 9 months on testosterone. Which is, I say it every time, but it feels like it's gone by really fast. And so this month, less so, because of other things that have been very exciting and I will talk about, and I mean, it's in the title, so again, you'll know, but we're getting there. Okay, so first I want to, so at the very end of this video will come the photo comparisons for 9 months. So you'll see pre-T, 1 month on T, pre-T, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. I'm pretty sure that's how I'm going to do it. So you'll see 4 pictures and I'll label them so you know. I mean, it'll be pretty obvious, but I'll label them so you know. And yeah, and you'll notice one big difference in those pictures. So I'm very excited about that. But that will come at the end, so stay tuned for photo montage. But a few things. So let's talk about changes. We'll go head to toe as most videos do. There are some things I don't talk about on here because I'm not comfortable talking about them online, but if there's something that I don't mention, if you leave a comment, then I will either answer your question or refer you to a video that does talk about those changes that I'm not comfortable talking about. So, there we go. So let's see. Let's talk about hair first. You'll see pictures. I'll post pictures about my hairline. I think that we have pretty much stopped receding where we're going to for now, which is nice. My hairline is nice and square now, which I really like. It's gone significantly further back, which you'll be able to see in the pictures. But it's not receding anymore up front. Like the front has stayed where it was, which I really like. And I have less of a widow's peak now because like this whole part has moved back, so it's less of a widow's peak. So now it's like a, I'm trying to like draw it for you. Like I guess from the front, it's just like goes in, and so because of that, like it's no longer a widow's peak because this part isn't like coming here and then swooping around. So I really like that. I actually really like my new hairline. And my hair is definitely coarser than it was, but it's a good texture. Do you like my quarantine haircut? I've done, I'm going to say 2.5 because the first one was not really a good haircut. I had not really figured out how to use my clippers well, and so it doesn't count. But number 2 and this one have been great, so really happy with my quarantine haircut. But so that's why it's so short and lovely, which I'm a big fan of. They're still, like, I don't know. Anyway, I wasn't supposed to be playing with my hair during this. Anyway, so my hair is definitely coarser than it was, but I think my hairline has pretty much stopped receding. It's, like, here now, which you'll be able to see in the video. It has definitely moved back. As far as my, like, face goes, looking at the pictures, I definitely see, like, a lot of people say that when they go on testosterone, they go through that phase where, like, their face sort of, like, puffs out a bit and then goes back down. And I didn't think I hit it, but looking at pictures, I definitely did. Because, like, at the very beginning, I had a pretty, like, slim face, and then for a couple months, like, I just looked a little bit puffier, which is a very common thing, and now that has gone, and so I just have, like, I have a very similar face to what I did, but it's just like wider, and my jawline is definitely way more defined than it ever was. Excuse me, and that is great. I love that. My skin is very oily all the time. I have a lot of acne, which you can't see on the video, which I'm happy about, but I have a lot of acne. And my skin is also way drier than it was, which is weird, because like it's super oily, but it's also drier, which is hard to figure out. Now I'm just having trouble with dry skin for a lot of reasons right now, but my face is definitely like drier. I've got a lot more acne, and that's kind of driving me nuts. I get a lot of blackheads. I've always gotten a good number of blackheads, but now I'm getting a lot more of them, like all over, not just on my face. And so that's driving me nuts, but what are you gonna do? Facial hair is coming on really well. I just shaved yesterday. I've been consistently shaving once a week so that way I can see like how much I get in a week. I really like to be able to see that, and so I get a lot of facial hair now. I just shaved, which is probably not super smart because I'd like to be able to see it, but it's really great. I really like it. My whole chin, this part is pretty hairy now. Like it's not thick as far as like dense, but like you can see it. If I let it grow, you can see it, no problem. You can definitely see like a mustache coming in. I have a bunch of like little random hairs here and like two up here, which is weird. And I get some, not a lot, but just some. And like it's fuzzy, but there's only a few that are black. Like the black ones you can really see, but the rest is just fuzzy and kind of coarse feeling. So I can tell that it's coming. It's just slow. But my chin has definitely started to fill out, and it's much less patchy now. It's pretty thick down here, which I love. And I did have like a random hair right here that I didn't even bother shaving. I just pulled it out because it was like, we are not doing a neck beard. So that was fun. As far as like my neck goes, looking at pictures is fascinating because my neck is just so much thicker than it was, which I really like. It makes me feel less spindly looking, which for me was always a point of like dysphoria for myself, and so I'm really glad that that's gone. My voice has settled. This is where it lives now. I'm able to sing. I need to start working on strengthening and like broadening my range again, but I can sing now, and so that's really good. Very happy to have that back. My shoulders are way broader than obviously when I started T. I don't think they're broadening anymore. I think that's done. But I like fill out my shirts now. I shouldn't get extra small shirts now. I need to get small shirts, which is great because they're way easier to find. So that's really fun. I like actually fill out this shirt so much better now. Like the shoulder lines like hit my shoulders, which is really cool. And great. Let's see what else. Muscles. So this was a thing that I put on my list of things to make sure I talk about, because you can actually see that I have. There's a little bit of definition there, not a lot, but a little bit. Same on this side. And like I was working out for a while, but then a big thing happened. So then I didn't work out. I haven't worked out in now 3 weeks. We'll be able to start working out in probably another month. So I did notice that I was gaining muscle a lot faster when I work out now, which is really exciting, and very, very affirming and great, and makes me feel good. And also I'm just way stronger than I was pre-T, and that's like without doing much extra. But I am excited to, once I'm able to again, start working out again and see how much faster I can build muscle, because this is just sort of like standing muscle now. This is just like hanging out, and I really like it a lot. Yeah, I had acne on my arms and my shoulders really bad. Also my neck. I get really bad acne like under my jawline. Like you can see that. You can see those bits. I get really bad acne there. And then my back. Okay, continuing on. My chest. So for those of you who are unaware, I had top surgery 3 weeks ago today. So that is super exciting. We'll have to wait for the lighting to fix. It'll fix it. There we go. I had top surgery 3 weeks ago, and so I'm still wearing an ace bandage for compression, and I'll talk more about that later. So I did notice just prior to top surgery, I was starting to get like little chest hairs. I'm really glad that I had top surgery because my dysphoria would have been way worse if I had my chest, my pre-op chest, but with chest hair. That would have been, I don't know if my brain could have done that. So I've had top surgery now. I'm 3 weeks post-op, and I'm doing really, really well as far as that goes. Like clearly this does not have buttons, so I'm able to like get shirts on and whatnot, which is really, really great. And so my chest, I love my chest. And for those of you who have a lot of questions regarding how top surgery happened and everything, I'm going to make a separate video just talking about my top surgery experience. Actually, it'll probably just be a podcast episode because I'm not going to be taking off my shirt for people to see my top surgery scars right now. So that'll probably be a podcast episode. So plug for the podcast logo here. Hello. Master of a few. Check that one out for more regular updates, as well as I'll do a whole top surgery podcast about how top surgery came to be, what my experience was, all of that good stuff. So my chest, I'm very happy with it now. Very happy. Moving down, my waist is squared off. You'll see that in the pictures. I don't have the hourglass shape anymore, which is really nice. My hips, I don't feel like I didn't really have much of like stereotypical hips, as a lot of people like had like the hourglass waist, but then we just like went back right to shoulder width. And so that hasn't had to redistribute much, which I'm happy about. The body hair, like my stomach is hairy now. You'll see that in pictures too. My stomach is very fuzzy, and I really like that a lot. Not gonna lie, I'm a big fan. Have a happy trail, all that good stuff. My legs are filling in. The parts of my legs that like stayed hairy when I stopped shaving, so like the normal parts of your legs that like if you're assigned female at birth like are hairy were, but I had like some patches that just never ever grew hair, and those patches are now starting to fill in a little bit. Like I've always had this patch on the back of each of my calves that had no hair, and it's just starting to come there, so that's really interesting to me and fascinating. And my legs are a little bit thicker, way stronger, and now I have like a little line of hair going like across like from my ankle to my big toe, which is very weird, and like it's very sparse. There's just a few, but it's like this one little line, and I have some hair on my toes now, which is very strange. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? So as part of top surgery, I was off of hormones for a total of 4 weeks, which was unpleasant, very unpleasant, which means that the hot flashes came back. I was really scared that some other things would start back up. If you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, just think about why being off of testosterone might cause me hormonal issues. Think about it for a second. If you still don't know, maybe comment and I will maybe say something, or someone else will for me, something like that. So I was concerned about that. Nothing bad happened as far as that goes, but my hot flashes came back. I had no energy. I just felt anxious and like I was not great. I had trouble focusing. I was so hot all the time. Hot flashes were terrible. And my mental health didn't feel super good, but that was a little offset a bit because like when I was feeling worse because I wasn't on testosterone, I was feeling better because I was going to have surgery, so that sort of balanced out a bit. Since being back on testosterone, my body has remembered how to regulate temperature, and so I don't have hot flashes anymore. My sleep schedule also got messed up horribly, even more so after just like being in like this era of quarantine. My sleep schedule was messed up anyway, much worse being off of hormones. Now that I'm back on, my body can regulate my temperature again. I'm not hot anymore, like hot flashes. I'm still hot. It's 90 degrees here. But no hot flashes. Everything has sort of settled back into what is normal for me. And I'm very, very happy about that. So I think changes are starting to slow down now that I am at the 9-month mark, which I'm very happy with. Last time I got my levels checked, they were a little bit high. So now, once I have a few more shots under my belt post-stopping, I'm going to go get my levels checked again and see where we're at. They weren't like crazy high, but they were a little bit high. So I am hoping that they have leveled off. Otherwise, I'll have to change my dose, which will probably be fine. And maybe I'll feel even better when my levels are not as high. I'm not sure how that works, but things like that. Okay, so those are my changes. In a second, I'm going to roll the montage of pictures. But before that, I want to let you know that if you have questions about top surgery, again, check out the podcast, Master of a Few, for the segment that will be all about that. If you are curious about what other things I do, I write poetry. And so if you want to read a book of my poetry, my book is called Confessions of the Careful Poet. And links to both of these things will be in the description. So that will be good. Anything else? I don't think I have anything else. So I'm going to run the pictures so that you can see the differences. And then you will see a fancy end card with the logos and a little cool subscribe thing here. So thank you for clicking on this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to leave me a comment, feel free. I prefer friendly comments. It's nicer. And then if you want to subscribe, feel free to do so. I don't post super often. The next video you'll get from me is if I decide to make a video about top surgery, you'll see that, and then I'll see you in 3 months for my 1 year on testosterone video, which I'm super pumped about. So thank you so much for clicking. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a brilliant day. So enjoy these pictures. Bye.
I started hormones. I'm officially on testosterone.
Hey everybody, it's me, Mac. So